So Kat, welcome here to Planet in Focus. Let's first talk about what's happening here today at Planet in Focus and the Repair Cafes and such.
Okay, so we're screening Fixed, which is a short documentary I've made about the Repair Cafe, and they're holding a Repair Cafe here. So people who are coming down can actually bring something that's broken, which is anything from clothing items, jewelry, electronics, books, and hopefully get it fixed for free.
And when did you first learn about the Repair Cafe, and tell us the story behind that?
I first learned about the Repair Cafe when I was living in Vancouver. I'd actually just come back from Europe, and I was trying to figure out where I wanted to live next. And I hadn't lived in Toronto, so I was thinking about it. And usually, I don't know, I tend to do a little research on things, and I was thinking, like, if I'm going to Toronto, I want to know what's happening in Toronto. Are there interesting ideas, projects? It's kind of a weird way to choose where to move. But my mother was an environmental columnist growing up, so the environment has always been an important issue for me. And I was talking to friends, asking them what happens here, and I heard about something called the sharing economy, in which people are not buying and selling, but they're sharing or trading anything from objects to experiences or skills. And that led me to the Toronto Tool Library, where you can borrow tools instead of buying them. And then that led to the Repair Cafe. And I immediately loved it because I started watching videos on it and learning more about what they were doing. And the concept it's a concept that started in Amsterdam with the objective of reducing waste. And so volunteers get together and they have skill sets and they fix broken items for free from members of the community. But you actually sit down with that person that's fixing, say, your toaster, and they show you how to fix it. So that hopefully next time something breaks, you'll know what to do, or you might be more empowered to try to fix it yourself. But it teaches you how to do new things. It stops objects from ending up in landfill because you can hold on to them for longer. But it also builds community. And I feel like that's something that, particularly in big cities, we don't often get. We spend a lot of time by ourselves in front of screens, and we don't always seek out new people to meet and new things to learn. So I thought it just fixed 3 problems in society.
Well, that leads me to the next question. I find your film very spiritual. When something got fixed, people were happy in the film, and there's a really good vibe to the film. Can you perhaps comment on that?
Yeah, it's funny because we didn't know you don't know what you're going to get. Like, you don't know who's going to come through the door. You don't know what objects they're going to bring. And so we filmed a lot of different people. We probably filmed about 20 different pairs, and it was all handheld, so you can just imagine the dead arm you get after like 2 hours of filming somebody fixing something. It was quite challenging. But there were some I'm drawn to kind of quirky, strange, funny people because I think I'm kind of strange and I like that sort of stuff. So I like the sense of humor that certain people brought forward. And I mean, Shirley Ann, the older woman in the wheelchair with the vibrating hairbrush, is the main example. People love her. But it's really exciting when you get something fixed, and it is really empowering to learn something. And we wanted the film to not be a depressing environmental film. And I think there's so many films that you see that are really important, and we need to know them, and we need to see them, and we need to understand the problems. We wanted to give people a film that offered solutions. Right. And so that was we wanted a sort of a happier, inspiring, empowering film.
Tell us what kind of advice you give to the up-and-coming filmmakers, especially the environmental filmmakers who want to tell their story.
I think there are a lot of really important stories to tell and that need to be told. I think what often people get stuck in the pitfall with is offering solutions. And so, or the solutions that get offered are really, really broad and they're not very attainable for the average person. So if you watch this fantastic film and they say we need to cut our carbon emissions, we do. But what does that mean for the average person? Like, how do you cut your carbon emissions? I mean, there was a film called Cowspiracy that had a very clear message, and that was eat less meat. Right. Preferably eat no meat. But it was, and Blue here was another great documentary that was about the state of the ocean. And at the end of it, they had very specific things that you could do to try to help the problem. You know, like try to get a right to your government about banning plastic bottles, right, do this, support sanctuaries in the sea, donate money to this. Like they were, so you left being like, here are things that I can do to solve this problem. So I would say to people that are working on films, your films are very important. They're stories that need to be told. Think about ways to engage an audience in a clear, precise manner.
That's a very good answer. Now tell us, how does it feel to be here at Planet in Focus?
Yeah, it's great. We're really excited to be here. It is our Toronto premiere, and the film's shot in Toronto. And so it's really great to be able to share this with the community here so that, you know, all the people that are in it can come and see it in the theater, which is exciting. But also that we're hoping to inspire more people in Toronto to know that they can come to Repair Cafe. This is happening in their town. So, yeah, and I haven't had an opportunity to really check it out in festivals. I've been to one screening of it, so I'm excited to see how people respond to it.
Well, thank you so much for your time, and good luck with your film.
Great, thank you.